Man, the piece I'm looking for is totally eluding me. And it's the last one of its kind, so the last one of its kind in color. Man, and that's what makes this puzzle take so long, folks. It's not that it's hard in solve theory, at least for me, and a few others I know, like the Simon Shee, I think that's how you pronounce his YouTube page, which go check him out. He's pretty cool. He does a lot of big cubes. So if you want to see a decent solve of even this Examinx puzzle, I think he did it in 6 hours on his page. So let's see, I got one more. There it is. But it's a pretty cool guy. I'd advise checking out his channel if you like you know, big cube solves and things like that. He's got things that I don't have. I don't have a 17 by 17 by 17, or heck, even bigger than an 8 by 8 by 8 in cube form. So, because cubes are not really my favorite geometry, I'm just going to be honest. I love dodecahedra. There you go. See, some of the gray is really coming in. I just got like the outer boundary of it now, as far as that center goes, and then I can move on to another color. So let's get that going, and it'll get much quicker, the centers being solved, as I progress through the colors, because the less colors there are and less sides there are to look at, the less likely you are to lose the pieces that you're looking for, or have a hard time finding them. So let me see here. Yeah, that'll work. But so right here I'm trying to build this gray layer, and then I'm going to shuttle it up on into this side. Let me see here. See, it's hard to do a tutorial for puzzles like, well, for puzzles when you just have a phone. Like, I want to do tutorials for you guys, because I know a lot of people are interested in that. But like I said, all I got is my humble phone, my Galaxy S9, to record with, and so it makes it impossible to show you guys the aspect of the puzzle that I'm looking at. I would need a camera looking at it from above like me, but I don't have one. So unfortunately, this is the limitation that I'm stuck with right now. Let me see here. But as time goes on and I make more money, I'll try to invest in getting myself some kind of a camera with a stand, and that should help me be able to kind of move into the tutorial aspect of things. So here's the gray row that I was telling you about, and so now I'm just going to put that up into that right there. You see it? It is paired with the rest of them, and now I'm just going to keep on building those small gray sections until I have effectively put together all the gray centers. And then I may cut the video off at that point. This might be a long series, it might not, but I hope you guys are okay with it being a series and not just a single solve, because like I said, I don't really have the time to do it right now as a single solve. I'm see here. I think it would take me on camera probably about 8 hours to solve this. Off camera, I can do it much faster, but on camera it's way harder because I'm trying to explain things and, you know, keep people entertained. Not necessarily just talking about this, but like the bodybuilding I did earlier. And yeah, so yesterday I made a video on, you know, how NoFap can give you a deeper voice as a man. And I'm not saying it's factual, but I truly believe that it does, because like I said, I've been doing streaks of 5 and 7 and 8 days over and over and over again, which has got to be building my testosterone level up over time. And so my body isn't used to having this amount of testosterone. So like I said, I believe that it's pretty much affected my vocal folds in that way, to where they are thicker now. But so yeah, here is the other gray row, and I'm gonna put it up in there, and we'll move on after that to another gray row to build. So there it is. Let me see here. But yeah, if you want to sing deeper, because I'm a bass singer, I've been for years. I led the bass section in my choir at Stewart Road Church of God for 10 years, and I was a tenor 1 year before that. But I told my music pastor that you know, tenor was just too high for me. I wasn't comfortable singing it. And I said, well, the bass section sounds pretty bad. It sounds like they don't know how to harmonize. So I want to kind of help them out. And he was like, okay, you can lead it. So I did that. And the bass section actually started to sound okay. It never sounded perfect because some of the guys just really couldn't sing. God bless them, but they couldn't. It wasn't that they were tone deaf, they just had difficulty harmonizing, which some people, you know they sound terrible, but they like to sing. So what do? Kick them out of the choir because they can't sing perfectly? I mean, God doesn't really care how they sound, so why should we? But anyway, so I worked with them for 10 years, and we got it sounding okay. But I quit that, like, I want to say 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago, and been off on my own from there since. But I've still been working on trying to get my voice lower and lower and lower. So I actually started out wanting to learn bass. I was 20 years old. I heard the singer Josh Turner, and I know a lot of you ladies know who he is. I was intrigued by his voice and how low he could sing. I never liked country before that, which is funny. I hated it. But when I heard Josh Turner sing, I was like, wow, a country artist that actually sounds good. And it was that bass timbre of his that, made it palatable. So I was like, well, I want to learn how to sing as deep as him. And I has a baritone voice, so I could do bass or tenor. And that was actually before I joined the choir that happened. But I was like, I want to be a bass singer, so I just started working on my voice little over time and trying to get it deeper and deeper and deeper. and not realizing that my destructive habit of uh, looking at pornography and other things was actually causing my voice to stay higher pitched. Like I said, in my opinion, of course, that's what was going on. But even then, I still could sing. At 20 years old, I was at E2. That was the lowest note I could hit, which technically classified me to be a bass. If you can sing E2 on the piano, you're in the bass territory. But really, you want a strong E2 to be considered a bass. Like, otherwise you're kind of just like a bass baritone, or maybe just a baritone. But anyway, so from that point, I heard the song "Way Down South" by Josh Turner, and it had a C2 in it, and I really wanted to hit that note, but I couldn't do it. Like, it was just way too low. And for those who don't know, a C2 is 2 bars below the bottom line of the bass clef on sheet music. So it's pretty far down there. But a real bass should be able to hit it. So I didn't consider myself a real bass back then. But now, years down the line, like 13 years later, I finally have it, and I can actually hit it with decent quality, depending on the day. Like, just the other day, y'all heard me hit a B flat 1, which is 1 full step lower than that C2, and it had decent quality, and hopefully I can get my voice to drop down to G1. That's what I want. I want a crisp, clear G1. That's like, that will be the penultimate goal for my singing range. Like, there are genetic limits that I'll never pass, unless old age comes into play, and I don't really want to sing super low when I'm old. Like, when you're younger, singing low is cool. When you're old, it can come across as a little creepy. So I want to do that stuff when I'm young still, and I know 35, what I'll be in 2 months, is not that young, but it's not old. I'm middle-aged, so but let me see here. So now I'm putting together the final row of the gray centers. So let's see here. We're getting there slowly but surely, folks. And let's see here. Shoot, what do we got here? Alright, that guy. But yeah, I've just been trying to work towards the goal. I've come a long way in my voice over the years, and I'm hoping that G1 will be attainable this year, especially with the NoFap that I've been starting to really adhere to, and it's really hard to abstain from that. Pornography is not hard for me to abstain from. It used to be, but I've broken that addiction. Like, I haven't looked at any in close to 3 months, and I don't feel like I'm addicted to it anymore, because I don't have any cravings for it. Like, they're gone. And the only thing that really there's craving for is unfortunately playing around, which you know what I mean by that. I'm not gonna go into heavy detail, but that's proven to be way more challenging for me to abstain from, and I'm just hoping and praying to God that He can just release me from it, because I'm done with it. I don't want to struggle with it anymore. It's something I seriously want to quit, and I'm hoping that I can reach the two-week mark soon. That's my goal. My first real goal has been the 2-week mark. So hopefully I'll be reaching that soon. Okay, so the good news is I got all the centers done on the gray side. The bad news is there's still 11 sides left, which is horrible. But I'm not going to solve all the centers and then do the edges and corners like that reduction method. I'm going to do another center, and then I'm going to connect the edges together on that. And as I do more centers, I'll probably solve it that way until I have three faces left, and then I'll have to kind of forget about edge pairing. Maybe even 2 centers left. Yeah, I'll forget about edge pairing at that point and just solve the rest of the centers on the puzzle. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna end the video here, because it's been a long time. You guys have just been hearing me ramble about a bunch of stuff that you may or may not care about. Like I said, I just didn't want the video to be boring to you guys, so I figured instead of you just watching me twist this a bunch of times, you could kind of see that I have no problem talking about other things while solving this puzzle. So, but anyway, I'm going to end it here, and the next side that I'll solve is going to be the tan side, or beige, or whatever you want to call it. Somebody got on somebody on a different video saying, please don't call the light yellow tan, but it's really not light yellow either. I don't know what you would classify it as, but it's not light yellow. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and like it if you want, subscribe to my channel if you want, and until next time, see you soon.